Daily 8 English podcast
from Daily8English.
Hey, fellow English learners. It's good to see you all. Welcome back to Daily 8 English, where 8 minutes a day builds the fluency of a lifetime. I'm Tom.
And I'm Olivia. Let's get started.
Olivia, can I admit something slightly uncomfortable?
That depends. Is this a small confession or a full workplace incident?
Somewhere in the middle. I used to think giving feedback meant saying the truth as directly as possible.
The classic "I am just being honest" approach.
Exactly. And then I learned that honesty without care can sound like criticism, even when your intention is helpful.
Many professionals struggle with this in English. You want to help a colleague improve, but you do not want to sound rude, cold, or superior.
And when English is not your first language, the risk feels bigger. You may know the idea in your head, but not the soft phrases that make it land well.
So today we are talking about how to give feedback without making it awkward.
This is useful for meetings, team reviews, one-to-one conversations, project updates, presentations, and even quick messages.
By the end, you will know how to start feedback kindly, how to make it specific, how to suggest improvement, and how to keep the relationship comfortable.
And I will try very hard not to give Olivia feedback on her team-making technique.
Wise choice, Tom. Very wise.
Let's begin with the most important idea. Feedback is not an attack. It is support with direction.
Good feedback helps the other person understand what is working, what could be better, and what to do next.
The first technique is to ask permission before giving feedback.
This small step changes the feeling of the conversation.
Instead of jumping in with, "You need to change this," you can say, "Would it be helpful if I shared one quick thought?"
Or, "Can I offer a small suggestion?"
Those phrases give the other person a little control. They do not feel suddenly judged.
For example, "Your presentation was clear overall. Would it be helpful if I shared one idea for making the opening stronger?"
That sounds supportive, not aggressive.
Technique 2. Be specific, not general.
General feedback is like fog. It is everywhere, but nobody knows what to do with it.
If you say, "The report is confusing," the other person may feel embarrassed and unsure.
But if you say, "The data section is useful, but the main recommendation is hard to find," that is much clearer.
Specific feedback points to a real place where change can happen.
Try this structure. What worked, what needs attention, and one next step.
For example, "The examples are strong. The conclusion feels a little rushed." Maybe add 2 sentences that connect the examples back to the client's goal.
That is practical. The person knows what to keep and what to improve.
Technique 3. Describe the effect, not the person's character.
This is huge. Do not say, "You are disorganized."
Say, when the key points are in different sections, it is harder for the reader to follow the recommendation.
See the difference? You are not attacking the person. You are describing the effect of the work.
This is especially important in international teams, where tone can be misunderstood quickly.
Another example. Instead of, "You spoke too fast," say, "Some parts moved quickly, so the audience might need a little more time to absorb the key message."
That is much easier to receive.
Technique 4. Use softening language.
Softening language does not make your feedback weak. It makes it easier to hear.
Useful phrases include, "You might consider," one option could be, "It may help to," and "I wonder if."
Very British, that last one.
For example, "I wonder if the opening could be shorter so we get to the main point faster."
Or, "You might consider adding a quick example after that point."
These phrases leave space. They do not sound like orders.
Technique 5. Keep the tone collaborative.
That means you are on the same side.
Instead of saying, "You should fix this," try, "How can we make this clearer for the client?"
Or, "Let's make sure the main message is easy to see."
Words like "we" and "let's" can reduce tension because they frame the feedback as shared problem solving.
Unless you use "we" after causing the problem yourself, then it becomes suspicious.
True. Use it honestly.
Let's hear a before and after example.
Bad version first. Your slides are too crowded. You need to make them better.
Painful. Short, yes. Helpful, no.
Better version. The content is useful, especially the client examples. One thing that may help is giving each slide a little more space so the audience can focus on one idea at a time.
Much better. It starts with something real, names the issue, explains the reason, and suggests a next step.
Now, what if you need to give stronger feedback?
Sometimes the problem is serious. You cannot soften it so much that the message disappears.
In that case, be kind but clear. Use phrases like, I want to be direct because this is important, or this is something we need to address before the next meeting.
For example, I want to be direct because this affects the client timeline. We need the final numbers by Thursday, not Friday.
That is clear, professional, and not personal.
Clear is kind when people need to act.
Exactly.
Now let's talk about receiving feedback for a moment, because that is part of the same skill.
If someone gives you feedback, a good response is, thanks for pointing that out. Or, that makes sense, I will adjust it.
You can also ask, could you show me which part felt unclear?
That question keeps the conversation practical instead of emotional.
Time for today's word tour.
First word, constructive. Constructive feedback is useful and focused on improvement.
You can say, I appreciate constructive feedback because it helps me improve.
Second word, specific. Specific means clear and detailed, not general.
Be more specific is a phrase you will hear often at work.
Third word, awkward. Awkward means uncomfortable or socially difficult.
The conversation felt awkward at first, but we handled it well.
Fourth word, clarify. To clarify means to make something clearer.
Could you clarify what you mean by stronger opening?
Fifth word, tone. Tone is the feeling your words create.
The same sentence can sound helpful or harsh depending on your tone.
Sixth word, actionable. Actionable feedback gives the person something they can do.
Make it better is not actionable. Add one example after the second point is actionable.
Here is your listener challenge.
Think of one piece of feedback you might need to give at work.
Write it in this structure. What works is, one thing that may help is, the reason is.
For example, what works is the clear data. One thing that may help is a stronger conclusion. The reason is that the client needs to see the recommendation quickly.
Practice it out loud with a calm, supportive tone.
So here's your reflection question. What feedback could you make more helpful by being more specific and less personal? Just sit with that for a moment.
Because that honest reflection, that's where real growth lives.
If today's episode helped you, hit subscribe. New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm Tom.
I'm Olivia. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time.